What's going on, everybody?
Hey guys.
How you guys doing?
Hey.
Thanks for coming. Day 7 of our vlogmas.
Day 7.
We're warmer today. We're not out in the streets like we were yesterday.
I can't believe that we've actually been coming live every single day.
Well, it's just still the beginning, so.
We still have how many days? A lot.
Yeah, to the 25th. Let's see. We got a few people on here. Let's wait for some more to get on here, and we'll
I don't have my glasses on, so you're gonna have to read them.
Oh, that's fine. So let's see. Crystal, our daughter. Thanks for coming on. And here we go. My pops, Poppy. How you doing? Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for being here.
I like that you put the flag there.
Lori
Starsha, hey Starsha, how you doing? And thanks for moderating for us.
Thank you for being here, Starsha. Thank you. Lori Rivera, you forgot your mom.
Hey mom, how you doing?
The whole Rivera clan is here. Yay.
So what do you think? Was Blairsville like you think? Like all those Hallmark movies you watch? I think it's similar. Let's see. Our good friends Bobby and Leslie. How you guys doing?
Hey guys.
Thanks again.
Thank you for being here.
Hey, I responded to your message, so hopefully that helps. If you need anything else, just let me know.
Yeah, and I sent him the link because he won. I send you the link for the swag. Just pick something out and then just let me know.
Hey Jess, how you doing? Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for being here, Jess.
Oh, you should be moderator. All right, well you got to be here though.
Okay, so. Yeah.
Eddie, how are you, man?
Hey there.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for being here, Eddie. Thank you.
Looking cute. Oh, probably talking about you now.
Thanks. He's Santa and I'm the elf.
Yeah. A little bit of a broken elf, but it's okay. I still love you. Let's see. Rosie Mel, how you doing?
Hey, Rose. Thank you for being here.
Playing outside of a 50. Jose and Doris, how you guys doing?
Welcome.
Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on. Thank you.
So, all right, let's talk about what we always talk about at the very beginning.
Yes.
And that is our Toys for Tots drive.
Yes.
And I'm sorry if this gets repetitive, but it's important to us because this is something that we want to make sure that kids wake up and they have a toy to open. And also we want kids to play with toys and not their phones.
Yes.
So,
and this is our 3rd year doing it. Last year we raised almost $2,000.
Yep.
That's online. We also had about $500 in actual toys. Yep. So if you don't want to put your card on there, you can always inbox me and send us an unopened toy through Amazon. We'll give you where to send it. But this is something very near and dear to our heart, and it's just a small way.
And you could go, you can email Ruth at ruth@rvproductions.com, and she'll give you where to send it. I have a box because of my customers. I put boxes in my distributors, and I work with contractors. They donate, and we give them swag or whatever. So it's multiple ways of doing it to help these kids out. And
if you can't donate, that's okay too. Just share this, especially if you're watching us from Facebook. Share this, share, because somebody who might be able to might see it and might be compelled to donate. So that would be awesome.
And if you haven't already, please hit that like button.
Yes,
we really appreciate it. Like you said, we always have little goals, and our next goal is to hit 2,000 subscribers, and we're trying to do that before the end of the year. For me, that would be a great New Year's send-off. So we would really appreciate it if you guys could do that. And
you guys are in for a treat tonight because we have an awesome, amazing guest who we're going to bring on in just a few minutes. Let's say there was a couple more people hop on.
Let's see. Santa's little reindeer.
Hey.
Love the reindeer headband, see?
Yes.
You know her. She always has all the extra stuff. I came under the wrong channel. All right.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Adventuring, our friends, Adventuring with Jeff and Tina.
Hey, guys. Hope you guys are feeling better.
Yeah. Charlie Grace.
Hey, Charlie Grace.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here.
And these RV streets. This is better. Okay.
Yeah.
Either way, you're here, so it doesn't matter. Sir Rich, my friend, how are you, man? Stay warm up there, and we'll be seeing you next year for sure.
below before we start so we can read them later. What kind of holiday traditions does your family have? What kind of traditions do you try to pass on to your children? Whether it's your heritage, whether it's just wearing pajamas on Christmas Eve. That's one of ours.
Yep.
What kind of Christmas traditions do we have? And we'll read the comments later.
Boondocking with Boomer, how are you, my friend?
Hey, Boondocking with Boomer.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for being here.
Gonzo Book, Lebanon,
hey.
PA. How you doing?
Hey.
Stay warm up there. I just saw your video putting in the fireplace.
Yeah.
And it's funny because we have something like that similar coming up. So
yeah.
You'll see that. She Fires, how you doing?
Thanks hey there. On. Thank you for being here, She Fires.
So stay tuned. As you guys know, we do a giveaway every night. Tonight's giveaway is sponsored by StreamYard. The folks at StreamYard were nice enough to, give us some $25 gift cards for their swag in their store. So if you win, we send you everything and you get whatever you want over there. If you're interested in StreamYard, we have a link down in the description for a 14-day trial where you can do kind of, this kind of stuff that we do here, like this. You got animated backgrounds now, a bunch of different things.
And when you use our link, you get help from Adrian. So, I have no clue how to do it.
If you've never done a live and you need help setting it up and figuring it out, I'll help you with that to get you going. So let's see, Miss Nick, how you doing? Thanks for coming on. Thanks for being here.
Okay, so without further ado.
So we have our guest coming up. If you guys don't know Traveling Robert,
you have to go check his channel.
You got to check out his channel. He has some great adventures. He just went this summer up to Alaska. We saw all of the videos.
Wow. I was like drooling. It's
beautiful land. I want to get up there one day.
Yeah.
I just, doing this travel trailer, it's going to be too big.
That is
too much.
That is our dream. That is our dream trip. I'm gonna put his link.
Put his channel link, and it's going to be in the description as well. So make sure you guys go check him out. He's been doing it a long time.
A long time
on this, and we learned a lot from watching him, and he was one of the inspirations for us to start doing this. So.
Actually, he was the inspiration. It's funny because he was like the first person when we started thinking about even going RVing.
Just looking on YouTube, and then he came up, and we've been hooked.
And the fact that he lived so close to where we live at the time, we kept missing his meetups, and we were like, oh.
Yep. Master Nun, thanks for being here. Hey, Evelyn, how you doing? Thanks for coming on. The Glampy Wilsons. Hello again. Thanks for coming on. All right. So if our friend is ready to come, we're going to go ahead and bring him up. And here we go. Let's see. What can I see?
Hey, what?
There we go.
Hey, guys.
Hey. Welcome.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here with us.
First of all, we want to thank you.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be with you guys here. It's awesome.
We know we know you're super busy, so we appreciate you taking on time to talk to us about your holiday traditions throughout the years.
And listen, I grew up in Puerto Rico. I know you came from Cuba and then lived in Spain, so it would be a good chat to show people, a different side of things that they might not know about.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And if you guys have any questions for Robert, make sure you put a Q and you put it in the chat, and then we'll get to it.
So, for people that don't know who you are, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your channel, and kind of what you do and how you got there?
Well, I'm Robert Morales, Traveling Robert on YouTube and everywhere else, and I've had the channel for over 10 years now, but it never took off until almost 10 years ago in 2014, I bought a travel trailer and we started, doing RV videos, and the rest is history. Little by little, we started getting some viewers, and eventually, when I saw that, we were growing pretty good, I decided to quit my job and do YouTube full time, which for the first 2 years, it was, I was in the red, but eventually you know, it became a worthwhile endeavor, and it's been such a great ride from the beginning. You know, now we have this great community. You know, we get together every Friday for a live stream. We do meetups from time to time, and it's great to hear the comments of everybody on the videos.
Yeah, and listen, you got your pelican heads,
Yes.
and you know that's awesome. Like, I love that you love pelicans. Like every time we go somewhere, we see a pelican, we think about you. That's funny.
And I didn't come up with that. You know, I used to say "fly pelican" whenever I saw a pelican on the video, and then somebody one day on one of the live streams or one of the meetups, actually Alex. He's one of the moderators. We should be this. If you know, if Jimmy Buffett guys are the parrot heads, we should be the pelican heads, and you know, everybody seemed to like it. So now I'll have T-shirts with pelicans and all kinds of stuff. You know,
that's awesome. It definitely fits.
I don't know if you noticed on the thumbnail for tonight, I put a pelican in there on the 25 days of Vlogmas.
Yeah,
little Easter egg. So, but yeah, I mean, listen, so. You know, I know you did a video about your history and your mom and your whole how you moved from Cuba. Why don't you tell us a little bit about? All right, so like, you know, like we're Puerto Rican. I lived in Puerto Rico. We have certain holiday traditions, and then I know coming from Cuba at the time that you did, that kind of wasn't available to you. So you want to talk a little bit about how.
Cuba, of course. I mean, Cuba and Puerto Rico are. There's a saying, right? They're the wings of the same bird. Kind of. I don't know if that's the right translation, but you know, if there are two islands in the Caribbean, we are probably the most similar cultures. So so I'm sure it was very similar. I was born in a time, you know, I grew up in the 70s and the 80s, where Christmas wasn't really publicly celebrated in Cuba. You know, it was almost like discouraged, let's put it that way. But you know, people, especially my mom, and you know, we went to like close friends' houses, and they would do the Christmas tree, but kind of subdued. You know, most people wouldn't play loud music or make sure that the tree wouldn't show from the streets, just in case somebody could tell them then, oh, these guys are, you know, because it was discouraged. My mom, she was like the crazy one, and on Christmas, you know, she had like records from like the late 50s, and she would play the loud music, and some people thought we were weird or crazy, but she always maintained that tradition. And what we had, I think, before, you know, before my time was, I think you guys have the parrandas. We had like comparsas, you know, like the carnival, you know. It was los carnavales, and it was a big celebration, and it was part of it all. Of course, then they moved the carnivals to the summer, so it wouldn't be even closely related to Christmas. But she would always do, and she would do both, you know, like the American style, because Cuba also had a big, like Puerto Rico does, of course, as well, a big American influence. So we would do both Santa Claus and the three wise men, los Reyes Magos, right? The magic kings. How would you say the magical kings? Magic.
Yes,
or the magician kings.
The Puerto Ricans say los Días de Reyes.
Los Días de Reyes, right? Yeah.
Los Días de Reyes.
So she would do both, and I don't remember. I think I even got gifts on both of them, for both of them, which I was really looking forward to it as a kid, you know.
Yeah.
So so and that's really. I mean, I'm kind of sorry to disappoint that I don't have a big story about Christmas in Cuba, because that's about it. It wasn't celebrated. Towards the end of the 80s, you know, like hotels started doing like Christmas trees again, you know, that they wanted to promote tourism and whatnot. And I think that was the first time I saw a Christmas tree like publicly on the streets. And of course, I've been out of Cuba for 36 years. So, you know, I don't know exactly how it is nowadays.
Right.
And then I went to Spain. We went to Spain, and that was probably my first real Christmas, you know. And in Spain, well, it's very similar to the Cuban tradition. Of course, you do like La Nochebuena, you know, you do the Christmas Eve, which is a big dinner with roast pork and yuca and rice and black beans and that kind of thing. And then what was different in Spain, they did a similar thing, but then they went to Mass at midnight. It's called La Misa del Gallo, the rooster Mass.
Same with Puerto Rican. They still do that too.
But I don't think they call it La Misa del Gallo. Really? Well, I guess I don't know that because
She's a Jersey Rican. So.
Well, you know, these traditions change slightly from country to country. I'm sure. I think in Mexico they have something similar, and Peru and like that. You know, and then of course in Spain the big celebration was Dia de Reyes. At least for us, you know, like I was not a kid anymore. I was 17, but still. And they had like processions, and people would dress up like the three kings, you know, Melchor, Gaspar, Baltasar. Of course, Baltasar was black, and nowadays, you know, that would be considered blackface. So I'm sure they don't do it anymore. But back in the day, you know, they had the three kings, and then on the morning of January 6th, you know, you would get. That's the tradition, you know. The three kings would sneak down the pipe and leave your gifts there, and then when you woke up on the Dia de Reyes, you will have your presents.
So my when I lived in Puerto Rico, I lived until I was like, I don't know, fifth grade or fourth grade, and we celebrated kind of both. But then I remember the three kings there, Dia de los Reyes, you would look under your bed for your gift. And that was the thing, and I remember always seeing that, like, and you always just jump out and look under the bed and try to find what your gift is.
Yeah,
so
even after the fact, even if I already knew that the three kings weren't really the three kings, I pretended, you know, so I would get the gifts.
Yep. Yeah, my sister was born on Christmas Day, so when she was real young, she got two gifts, but then as she got older, she got one for both. So she got a little gypped.
Did you write like letters? You wrote letters to the three kings, and
I never did that.
What you wanted to get, or is that more like a Santa Claus thing?
I think it's a Santa Claus thing.
And I still, but even with that, I didn't do that either.
I think in Puerto Rico, I think they might let their kids do that.
Yeah.
Just to ask the Reyes what they want.
Yeah, that way you don't get a T-shirt or something you don't really want, right?
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Well, let's go. Let's see if anyone has a question here. Let's see. The Gonzo book's got a question for you. Are you going to the Tampa RV Super Show this January?
Yes, I am. Yes, we're gonna be there pretty much every day, hopefully. And there's yet to be determined a meetup date. So
awesome. So we'll be on the lookout for that meetup.
Armando Correa.
Hey, Armando. How you doing, man? Yeah, Armando and I, we've met several times at the Hershey RV show, actually.
Oh, nice. The Broken Nomad. How you doing? Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for being here, guys.
So the food in Cuban and Puerto Rican, you know, it's so close to the same thing. Like we have pernil, and you guys have your
we call it pernil too. Actually, oh, paleta, the smaller one, or pernil, it's the same thing.
So the one thing, my son-in-law, my daughter's married to Cuban.
Yep.
He was born actually there.
Yeah, he came when he was 8 years old.
He came when he was 8 years old.
Right.
And the one thing that he loves that my mother made was pasteles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You ever have pasteles, Puerto Rican pasteles?
I think I have, yeah. I love alcapurria, actually. One of my favorite things is alcapurria, but yeah.
They're very similar. Well,
it's like a tamale
but with the pernil inside.
But it's like plantains and pumpkin and like a bunch of other things to make.
I don't think I have had a pastel, no.
Yeah. It's an acquired taste. Some people like it, some people don't. But like we just got a dozen from her mom's. We were Thanksgiving.
I'll give you my P.O. box so you can send me. No, just kidding.
Okay. Hey, when we see you in Tampa, we'll give you something.
But yeah, I was thinking, you said pernil, we also call it lechon, but pernil is
also lechon.
Yeah.
Yep, and it's the same traditions where, you know, like my son-in-law, his dad, you know, came from Cuba, and you know, for New Year's they do this big bash, and they have the lechon and
churrasco. They have all kinds of stuff.
The big soup, I forget what it is. They make the big soup.
Ajiaco, salcoch, no, caldosa.
Caldosa. Plus, they make the what is it called?
I don't know.
He said it before. Not the plantain, the
Yuca.
the yuca.
Yeah.
Yuca con mojo. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Oh
yuca.
gosh, that is the greatest.
Yeah.
That's the greatest.
Yeah, and the difference, I guess, we have arroz con frijol. You guys have arroz con gandules, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
So,
So what are you guys' some of you guys' traditions? Tell us
put it down
below.
in the chat and let us know. So now how long were you in Spain for? Were you there until you were an adult, or
Just a little over a year. It was like a long
Okay.
layover just to get here, but I got to experience the 4 seasons and a full, my first like what felt like a real Christmas.
Cold.
Like all the streets decorated. I had never seen that. Like the things going on the streets and all that. So that was really cool. That was an experience.
We it's totally different. I remember in Puerto Rico, there was a time where we weren't like, my dad, I forgot, I think he got hurt or something. He wasn't working. So my grandfather had a finca, a farm, and they had bananas and coffee trees and all that stuff. So he got a coffee tree, took all the leaves off and got garland and put it in a pot. And that was a Christmas tree that year, But I never forget that Christmas for whatever reason. And we only got one thing for both the Reyes and the Christmas, but it's just something that stuck with me. But it's
yes, definitely.
So was it a big change for you to go from Spain to Miami?
It was a big change. Well, first of all, it's a different language. It's the culture is different, of course. And that was the biggest change, getting used to, I get here in my junior year of high school, and I lost a year along the process, and it was a little bit of a shock. I adapted rather quick, mainly because Miami is full of Cubans, so the culture is kind of here. Had I moved to Nebraska, it might have been more of a culture shock. But moving to Miami was more gradual, right?
Yes.
No, for sure.
It's kind of like you were still in Cuba, huh?
Yeah, in many ways, yeah. And now when I spend, I spend 3 or 4 months away from Miami, I come back to Miami, I'm like, yeah, this place is kind of different.
Well, when we lived down there, and then was it a Publix? Where it's like Publix y Mas, or no, CVS y Mas.
Yeah, when we went back.
So she saw that, she's like, what is that? I'm
what is going on? When we went back, and in Miami, when you go into Walmart, they're talking overhead in Spanish, and I'm like, wow.
And, definitely.
Where did I go today? I went to get my new glasses, and this is it's not like Optica Lopez, it's not like a Hispanic optical. It's like a Vision Works. They're having con el burrito sabanero. It's like Spanish Christmas music, isn't it? So that was different, yeah.
And then, in case you guys don't know, Robert's a musician. So he's still a musician, but he used to play in different clubs out in Miami. He has this thing called the Mini City Lounge that he does every once in a while, especially around the holidays.
I'm gonna also put his other channel on because that's one of my, not that the other channel isn't my favorite, but I love, he has whenever he can a Mini Tinny Lounge, which he sings and takes requests, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
We started that during the original lockdowns in 2020, and we couldn't go anywhere and nobody could go anywhere, and I'm like, a lot of musicians were doing Mini Tinny Lounges, if you will, like little concerts online like that. And I said, well, let's just do it, and they started doing it, and people liked it, and it became kind of a tradition, at least once a month we used to do them.
Yep. You know what? Hold on, Ruth, keep talking. I don't know why my laptop is not charging overnight. So
no.
Let me get the plug real quick. Sorry.
Oh no. Yeah, running out of juice wouldn't be a good thing right now.
Right? That's a rookie mistake, Adrian. Come on.
Yeah, that's happened to me. Well, streaming video takes a lot of computing power. So the computer starts, the fans start spinning up, and it's always good to plug in when you're streaming video.
It sucks it up, huh?
Yep.
Okay, I put his other channel on now. Go check it out.
Thank you, Ruth. Thank you. Yep.
Go check it out, guys. You guys will be in for a
All
treat.
right. We
So
got power
I
now.
will tell you that I loved your trip to Alaska. I was in awe because that is like one of my
She wants to go
dream
up there one day.
trips really bad. I especially loved how you were so close to those bears and that you could see them picking up the fish
The salmon, you know.
Yeah.
and putting it in their mouth. To me, that was just like incredible. Was that like epic for you?
And that was epic. That was definitely one of the highlights of the whole trip. Yeah, and we almost didn't do it because this is like a I had made reservations way in advance, and they didn't have any. They were booked. They ask you how much you weigh because it's a small plane, so they need to have the right weight. And had I weighted like 120 pounds, we would have gotten in. And then we got this one last minute. It was like the day before. We went online and there was
That's good.
capacity on it. They have like 10 different companies, and it's
Yeah.
like a lot of those little float planes going there.
Nice.
So it was worth it, huh?
Yeah, it was not cheap. It was not cheap, but I think it was totally worth it. It's one of those things that you do once in a lifetime.
Once in
And
a lifetime.
Yes,
once
yes.
you're there, you traveled 6,000 miles to get to Alaska. Might as well, go the extra
Yep.
mile.
Yeah, it was awesome. I watched it like 10, 20 times because
So
I was like,
Let's go
in
through the
awe.
comments real quick and see who else is here. Let's see. New Horizons. Hey, thanks for coming on. Let's see. Playing outside over 50. Looking forward to meeting you. Talking
In
to you,
Tampa,
Robert. These are
yes.
good friends.
Yes.
Jose and Doris,
Mhm.
and they live close to Orlando area.
Yeah, he used to be a police officer.
Another question for you, Mr. Morales. What will be your best advice for beginning YouTubers like myself?
Consistency, good content, something that different from everybody else, and good thumbnails.
Yes.
Oh, look who we have
And
here.
not giving up, right?
Not giving up. Yeah, for the first 6 years of my YouTube life, it was just a hobby.
Yep.
Hey,
Right.
Herbie
Red
Red Jaguar
Jaguar.
is
Hey,
here.
Herbie. How you doing? Thanks for coming on.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Glamping Wilson's. All right. Arroz con dulce is popular during Christmas. Yep.
Oh, yummy.
That's you ever have arroz con dulce, Robert?
I think we have
it's kinda
something
like
called
ice
arroz
cream.
con leche, which is probably
It's
similar.
yes, very similar.
We go with It's funny because we go to Tampa every year for Christmas. So my son-in-law like we make coquito, and then
coquito, man.
yeah.
Well, I have to bring you
love
some
coquito.
of that. I make
She
the
makes
best
it- she makes it
coquito,
really
hands
good.
down. Hands down.
my son-in-law
every Puerto Rican woman I've ever met says the same thing, but I'm sure yours is the best.
She used to make it with 151.
Well, but I can't
back.
find the 151
I
now.
don't have it anymore.
Ron don't cool.
Donku, yes.
Let's see. New Horizons, their tradition is they smoke a turkey for Christmas. Okay, nice.
Oh, I've
That
never,
must be good.
I've always wanted to smoke a turkey. I've never done it before.
Broken Nomad, new tradition. I sleep in on Christmas morning now. Yeah, when you don't for us, we have grandkids now, so that's getting up early still again.
Yeah.
But we had a little while of not having to get up early anymore either.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bundaki Wur. I was in the Caribbean many times. Nice. He's from Canada, so that's a long way from.
Yeah, we met Boondocker with Boomers.
Okay.
Boomer
Yeah,
recently.
Yeah, he's a funny guy.
I know you went through Canada to go to Alaska. Was that your first time in Canada?
No, I had been to Canada actually twice before. Actually, way back when, and if you look in the YouTube channel, you have to scroll back a lot. But there's a 2013 series that we did with my
have
my
to
mom,
check
my
it out.
dad, all of us. We rented a car and we did like the eastern, like the big cities: Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa, Quebec City. And then what I did in 2019, I was in Washington State and in Port Angeles, and I took the ferry, like a day trip. You can take a day trip to Victoria, spend like 4 or 5 hours in Victoria and come back. So
Nice.
those were our two times before that we were in. I don't know, and we went to Vancouver too. Well, it's
Nice.
doing that same trip. You know, it's sometimes it becomes a blur in my mind.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. we went up to that. I grew up in Connecticut after I moved from Puerto Rico, but I never went to Niagara Falls. So we went on a 2-week trip that we went all the way up to Niagara Falls and then back down. And my passport expired, and I didn't realize it. So I didn't get to see the other side, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Let's see. Robert's one heck of a good singer at the M23 meetup.
Yeah, we had a good time that night at the karaoke, and then with the RV DJ. That was a good day. That was a good time.
Yep. I got to get out there one day.
Nice. Yes,
Gotta
we're trying to make it out to one year.
All about the banks. How you guys doing?
Hey,
Welcome.
welcome.
Appreciate it. Let's see who else do we
Dressed
have
for
here.
the occasion, you know.
Yes, he did. He dressed for the occasion.
You have a beer. Your IPA.
Not, I'm sober tonight, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So Red Jaguar says, "Hey Robert, Mary wants to know if Illy will be in Tampa."
Yes, you will. Yeah, we'll both be in Tampa, and there's at least one, probably two meetups. I know Winnebago wants to do one at their booth, probably Thursday, and then there's the one with the Tampa RV show people, which I don't have a date or a time yet.
Right.
Nice. So if people want to, which you should go follow him, go subscribe to all his channel and all his social media. I put his 2 channels in the comments because he's got awesome stuff.
Thank you.
But if they want to follow you and see where your meetups are, they could see where could they follow your stuff?
Well, I'm most active. I'll probably do like a short once I know for sure if it is like short notice. I'll do a short on YouTube, and I'll also publish it on Instagram. And I'm probably, besides YouTube, I'm most active on Instagram and Facebook.
Yep.
There's the Facebook group, of course, Traveling Robert and Friends.
Yeah.
And I created a chat for that one too. So I'll get the word out one way or the other. So just follow me everywhere, and that way, you know.
Yep. That way you won't miss it.
I'm even on TikTok. I'm not as active on TikTok, but I'm getting there.
I let her take care of all the social media. I do the YouTube. She does everything else because I don't have the time.
It's too much. Make it big.
Yeah.
Now you have to be on Threads and this and that. And
Yes.
X and
Yes.
Staying in the RV. How you guys doing? Thanks for coming on. Let's see. What else do we have here?
So I have a question.
Yeah.
I know you've been to a lot of places, so you're probably going to have to think about this one or maybe not. Where is one place, and it doesn't necessarily have to be in the U.S., that you would want, that you can say, I want to go there, I want to camp there?
That I've been before, or that I haven't
No,
been?
that you want, a place you want to go that you've never been.
Go to, okay.
That I've never been.
That you've never been, that you want to camp at.
Let me think about this for a second. I definitely want to go to more international places, and I don't have a specific place, but I do want to make a road trip in Australia. That's like super top on the bucket list. Do like
that's actually on our bucket list.
Yeah, you need like a whole month for that. But I'm trying to think. In the United States, there are many places that I still, there's a couple of places up in the Rockies that I haven't really explored the Rockies as much as I would like to. And
have you ever camped in Puerto Rico?
No, I have not.
Well, I will tell you, we did an almost 2 weeks of van life in Puerto Rico, and it was amazing.
Awesome. How is it? How is it like with are there like campgrounds with like
there's some campgrounds,
but
yeah, so you pull up to the beach
and you spend the night there and you open up, and it was safe, and the people are so nice, and it will feed you, and
so the camping community that here, it's alive and well there. Then there was another campground. It's $5 a night, and people have travel trailers. I'm like, how do you even tow this thing?
I know, it was crazy.
So, but the guy, he had a Tundra, and he was doing it.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
And the crazy thing is, we saw at that campground, we saw wild horses.
Yeah, that was a cool part.
That's beautiful. That's
So
good. I've been to Puerto Rico only once, and it was like for 3 days. We rented a car, and we did like the Camuy Caverns, and back then
yep,
you still had the Arecibo Observatory, so that was
yep,
something that I wanted to see. It got destroyed with the hurricane, but I
I
loved
know.
it. You know, if it's the it almost felt like being back in Cuba in the sense of the culture. You know, the
Yep,
friendliness
Yes.
of the people, the food. You know,
Yes.
yeah,
yep. Yeah, we
it's
loved it. We
We
plan on
did.
doing another trip,
Yes.
maybe next year,
To
the
do
year
the other,
after.
because we only got to do
We did
half
half
of
the
the
island.
island. We want to do the other half of the
And I
island.
still got
Mhm.
family there. I got uncles and that kind of thing. Like I took this van up the mountain, and she was freaking out because the hills and the montaña and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And
No,
so,
some of those roads in the mountains. I took the road from Camuy to Arecibo, and that was
yep,
like this and narrow and
yep.
it's
So imagine a van through that. She was,
Very
no, yeah,
oh
scared.
no,
man,
I was
no,
very scared.
yeah, we have a
but
little
it was,
Hyundai, so it was
yeah,
good, but still,
it was fun though. We really had a good time with that.
yeah.
So, all right, now fast forwarding to being in Miami and some of the traditions that your mom had and that you kind of carried through the years. Do you still do some of those, or I know your
We
mom, she lives close to you, right?
Yes, yeah, we live close together, and I'm sure you're gonna do like a Christmas Eve dinner like we always do, and I mean we don't do as much, like the presents and we'll have a Christmas tree, but we don't not as
Yep,
much anymore, we don't have any small children in the family or anything like that, but
yep,
we do keep the tradition, and sometimes if we go to houses of friends, my mom likes to sing Christmas carols. That's what she
That's
likes
awesome.
to do.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I like that. I like that.
yep. Well, listen, guys. Oh, look at this. We got a
Super chat.
super. There you
Super
go. Thank
chat.
you.
Yeah, there you
I appreciate it, Gonzo Book. Thank you. I
go.
really
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Thank you for that. I was waiting
From
for him to say super chat.
So, just a reminder: if you haven't hit that like button, please hit that like button, and it helps a lot on the
Yes.
videos, and we really appreciate that.
Yes. And you guys have to go check out Robert's channel and go
you.
subscribe and check him out all over social media because, like he said, he's going to be doing some meetups in Tampa, and maybe you'll be lucky enough to meet him.
Yep.
I know I'm going to be there.
Mhm. I'm really
Um,
hoping that to get a good to meet a lot of you guys there, and that's usually the place where I meet the most people.
yeah.
This is like a like an apex, a concentration of all the
Yep.
like-minded people there.
Yes.
So
So
for us, it's nice because my daughter lives there, my mother-in-law lives there. So like last year,
Mhm.
we didn't even take the rig. We didn't take the RV. We just
Yeah, you
drove
stay with
down
them.
and
Yeah,
stayed at my daughter's. It was cool to see my grandkids every day. And then we'd go to the show. I took them one day. They had my grandson. He loves going into different rigs and it's
yeah.
like, oh, Papa, look over here. And like he loves,
do
checking
you
it out.
do you ever plan, like like reiterating on what you were saying about, and by the way, Australia is one of my places that I want to go to. Australia, where is it? Where else is it that we want to go to? We want to go
You
to
want to go? She wants to go to Europe, like
Europe,
Italy, and
Italy. But
Yeah.
do you ever plan on expanding and going, doing the RVing, or they call it something else over there, or
caravan.
caravanning, maybe overseas or in Europe, or
Definitely. No, yeah. And for this coming year, this coming year, I have so many plans that I don't know if I'm going to be able to do them all. But one of those plans is renting a camper van in Madrid and going all over
Nice.
Spain. That's
Oh,
oh,
that's kind
nice.
of the plan. We'll see. We'll see, because I also want to do a winter trip to Alaska. I want to see the solar eclipse in April. So
Oh
oh,
yeah, that's right. That's coming.
oh,
Yeah, it's a
have to
lot.
pick my battles here. But
I don't.
Spain is still part of the
Oh,
plan. It also depends on my mom's health. She's old and she's had some health problems recently,
oh,
so I don't want to leave for like 2 months and be far
right,
away.
right. Hey, I'm sorry, Gonzo Book, I missed it. So my family's from Moca, Puerto Rico.
Mocha, Puerto
Okay.
Rico, nice,
Yeah, I
nice.
still I still have some family there. A lot of my cousins left after all the big hurricanes hit, and they live in
Yeah,
like South Carolina, Orlando, just different places. But
We are trying to. I don't know if we're going to get to do, but we're trying to plan a trip at the end of 2024 to New Zealand.
Oh, I hear New Zealand is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and we're trying to make it like van life in New Zealand, but we shall see. We're hoping, and we're putting it out there and praying about it. But
what I've seen, what I've heard is New Zealand, they have all these free campgrounds all over the place. Yeah. They're like paid by the government, so you can stay there for free or for very little money. So that's and the paisaje, the landscape is beautiful.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. No, for sure. I mean, that's where they did Lord of the Rings and all that stuff. Like, it's, So
yeah.
All right.
And the stars are different at night. I've never been to the southern hemisphere, and the stars are different, and that would be something that I would like to see.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be something.
I mean, listen, like us living here in Blairsville, when I walk outside, I walk the dog, and because we're up in the mountains, you see stars that I haven't seen since I was in the Navy, and when I out to sea because there's no light leak,
Mm-hmm.
So
and we don't get to see them as much here in the city, but what I'm saying here in the northern hemisphere, you see the Big Dipper, the constellations are totally different down there. It's that would be interesting, an interesting experience.
So when you were in Alaska, was it really like daylight for most of the day? I can't comprehend that.
Especially the farther north you go and the closer you are to like late June and July, it never got dark. And I even did in the later episodes, I did a couple of time lapses overnight, and it doesn't, it gets a little dark, and then the sun it gets back up.
I saw it where the sun kind of rode the mountains and then it went back up. That was the
cool. Midnight sun. That's one of the experiences that, I mean, the bears were amazing too, but that's one of the experiences that make. I went to Alaska for that, because you probably see bears in the Smoky Mountains if you really want to, but that's a phenomenon that only happens at that at that latitude, above the Arctic Circle. So.
No, that was pretty cool.
That was
we get cool. Bears. Like last year, our neighbor sends us a picture, and there was a bear behind our
standing
RV.
on our RV like this, holding on.
You get black bear, right? You get black bears.
Yep.
And I was like, wait a minute. We were at a potluck, and she shows us, and she goes, "Do you recognize that RV?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, that's our RV!" And from that day on, I told him I will never walk the dog again, ever.
Gonzo book, y'all, look at this.
Thank you so much.
Ruth, we will go to Australia with you guys. That was always been my dream trip. Oh,
okay. That.
We just talked about that forever.
Australia, yes.
The company I work for, I got to travel a lot all over South America and stuff for the company I work for, because I was the only one that spoke Spanish, so I did a lot of trainings. So, but Australia, we have a factory out that way, and I always try to find a way to get over there for work, but it never happened. So.
Click on it. And thank you so much, Gonzo. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
And you guys, you have any other questions for Robert?
Or just, like your traditions.
Because I could sit here and talk to him all night if you guys don't want to.
Rosie Mel, sounds beautiful. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else do we got going on here? So I think we're caught up on the thing.
Let's play.
All right, giveaway time.
It's giveaway time.
So,
yay! Thank you guys for sticking with us and being here every night. Most importantly, I know some of you cannot be here every night, and that's okay. We totally get it, but we appreciate those of you who can make it at any time.
So, what's the word, Robert? Give us a word.
Give us a pelican.
Pelican. What word?
Oh, for StreamYard.
So they put it in the chat, and then it randomly picks the winner.
Pelican, yeah, sure.
Pelican, yay. Okay, so pelican is the word, guys. Type in pelican.
All right.
So just like that, pelican.
Let's share this so you guys can see.
Yeah. Well, I want to learn how to do this, maybe I'll give away my channel too.
Whatever.
Let's see.
Pelican, guys.
Everybody in the chat putting pelican. There you go. Everybody put in pelican. Right now we got 9 entries. There's 32 people. So,
And while we're waiting, guys, hit that X and give us a like before you leave. It helps us a lot. It tells YouTube that you like us and that you want to watch. And so they'll show us to more people. And if you haven't turned your notifications to all, please do so, because that helps us. And that'll tell you when we're on. And we're doing giveaways every single day till the 25th. And on the 25th, we typically do 2 or 3 giveaways, don't we?
yeah.
We typically do something big.
Yep. So
you definitely.
this is our way of giving back
Yes.
to you guys that support us all year long. So,
Absolutely.
it's not huge things, but a little something to show.
And we didn't mention, but we have our first meetup, the camp over, January 11th through the 14th. It is in Lake Park, Georgia, at the Georgia-Florida border. And it is going to be so much fun.
Yep.
It is going to be so much fun because you guys know I'm a little extra and I'm planning it. So you know it's going to be fun. Clean fun, though. Clean family fun.
All right. So let's see. We have all that. So, Robert, you said so you've never actually been on a parranda, like a Puerto Rican parranda?
No, I haven't. I have not.
Okay.
We have to arrange.
We gotta
for
figure
that.
that out.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people in Miami, because when I live down there, and there's a lot of Puerto Ricans that I know down there. So that would be
maybe one day that we do one and you're around.
Yep.
You can join us on a parranda.
Yep.
We can spend in San Juan one of these days.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So we got 17. We'll give
Pelican.
you one more minute, guys. So make sure you put in Pelican, and we're gonna pick a winner.
All right.
Okay. Pelican.
All right. Here we go.
Here we go, Pelican.
See who wins. Come on. Good luck, everyone.
Yay. I get excited. This is my favorite part.
Armando Correa.
Armando Correa, yes. Armando, send me a message. I will send you a direct link to StreamYard, and you can go in there and pick any StreamYard swag, a hat, a t-shirt, whatever you want.
We'll send you the link to go there. And the code, which is like the gift card.
Yeah,
number
and they'll mail it directly to you.
Yep.
Super easy.
If you want, you can send to Ruth at RVLifeProductions.com an email with your information, and we'll get that over to you right away.
Yes.
So, congratulations.
Congratulations, Armando. It's great having you here. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, congratulations, Armando.
Okay,
That's
sit
awesome.
down.
So I know when you do your lives, you always have an IPA.
Yeah.
And growing up in Connecticut, there's a lot of big dark beers and breweries and stuff like that up there. What is your favorite in South Florida? Do you have a favorite in South Florida? Local?
Local from down here. Actually, the one from Tampa, the High Alai, would be one of my favorites.
Yep.
Actually.
Okay.
The Cigar City High Alai. I'm trying to think one from down here. Well, it's not from Miami. It's from Fort Lauderdale. Which one is it now? I'm drawing a blank. Which is the one that is in Oakland Park?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Funky Buddha. Funky Buddha.
Oh, Funky Buddha. That one is good.
Yeah.
There's one in Boynton Beach. We lived there when we first moved down there.
Yep.
Called Deep South. And they have this caramel one, which it's only one beer thing, right? You can't drink a bunch of those. But it's a different taste. It's pretty good.
Yeah. No, I like trying them, in different places around the country. And Alaska has some surprisingly good beers too.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Alaska Brewing Company. There's a couple of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised.
So have you? I was going to ask you. Have you camped in Connecticut?
I did. I don't think I did. I don't think I have. Yeah, I camped at 1K in Connecticut. I forget exactly which one it was, and then when I went to Connecticut,
I know you were in Vermont
for 1 day. Yeah, I was in Connecticut for 1 day. I have to give the state a second chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, Connecticut's different. Listen, I love it. It's beautiful. I won't live there because of taxes and everything else that kill you. But all my family's up there still. And
what
her
was the name
family's
of that town that was stayed in Connecticut, like the big city there?
Hartford,
No, not
Milford.
It's where they have the Pepe's Pizza Place. Pepe.
Oh, New Haven.
Oh, New Haven.
New Haven, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
stayed at a KOA like close to New Haven, and we
Yeah.
went into New Haven and did a little bit of touring around here and there.
So do you get your sticker after? And this is a debate. This is the debate. Do you get your sticker
a
after
cheater, by the way,
one
so-
night or two?
One night, at the beginning, I was, especially when we were weekend warriors, we didn't get to spend a whole lot of time in one particular place. So I decided just one night should be. And sometimes, it's just doing one significant thing, not like going to
Yeah.
Walmart, but if you go to a famous place in the States, might as well do it too,
Yep.
That's true. That's true. So every time you switch your Winnebago, do you have to switch your states, your
Yeah.
stickers?
You never seen his videos?
Well,
He puts
this is
it
the
in-
thing. It's not fun having a full map. And at this point, if I've been to maybe Connecticut or Delaware shouldn't count because I haven't really done much in those states. And or Rhode Island, I did do something significant in Rhode Island, but I didn't spend the night in Rhode Island. I did that fire water they do in the bay there.
Yep, I
Yeah.
saw that video. That was,
Yeah.
it's funny. I grew up up there. I've never been to that.
Yeah. Where were we going with this?
Oh, she was asking about the
do you
stickers.
switch the stick?
I do a new map whenever I get a new rig. Yeah.
Nice. How did Mini Titty survive Alaska? I mean, I know you showed the video.
This
but
one did really well considering the roads that we put it on.
Yeah, I saw that.
I mean,
That's-
yeah, my stove is still missing a couple of screws, but it works.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
Oh
sure
my
that thing rattled. That's the thing with having a trailer or driving a Class C or something like that. When you drive a Class C, you notice everything rattling back there.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Ignorance is bliss. When you're towing a trailer, you don't have
Yes.
no idea what's going
Yes.
on back there. I actually put a camera once just to
Oh,
see.
nice. I keep telling her that. You know what happens to us? What happens to us is when we go, our freezer will open up and it'll spit out like ground beef or like chicken.
One ground
And then it
beef,
closes
and then it closes back up.
and it's on the floor. But
Yeah,
nothing else falls out. It's the weirdest thing.
The weirdest thing. Well, I've
Yeah.
lost some beer by doing that. So yeah, I've lost some beer. That's really.
So
But-
how many states would you say you've been to?
Except Hawaii, all of them. Really, I've been or done something or driven through all of them. Yeah, as I said, Delaware doesn't really count. I just drove through. I wanted to stop by the brewery, their famous brewery, Dogfish Head, but it was 10 a.m. so it was like
Yep.
no, not a good time to have a beer. But pretty much, it's I've been to every one of them. I still need to give the mid Atlantic and the Northeast a little more love, but New England.
Yeah, we've been, I think, other than, believe it or not, even though I grew up in Connecticut, we haven't been up to like Maine, Vermont, and any of that. But
Mhm.
pretty much all the way from Chicago, if you draw a straight line, we've been everywhere.
Really?
Stayed everywhere in between.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
but we got to get out west. It's just
Yes, out
it
west.
takes time, like because I work full time still. You got to take time off, and I only get 9 miles a gallon when I tow this thing. So like,
That not bad. I'm not much better, believe it or not. But the thing
Yeah.
with the West, especially if you live on the East Coast like we do, or it's far. It's very far. I couldn't make it out west until I started doing this full time, and I, that first trip, the one that has all the million views, the driving to the
Yeah.
west one.
Right. Yeah.
But before then, we got to Chicago once from Florida. We took 2-week vacation, and we kind of did a little bit of from here to Chicago and all the states in between. But it's hard.
I will-
It's hard. It's
I
a bit
will have to say Chicago is one of the worst roads that I
oh
was
man,
panicking on.
we hit a bump that I thought the RV disconnected. Like,
Yeah.
'cause it was-
Let's blame it on the snow, but
yeah. I mean, last year when we went up north to Connecticut and all that, I changed the GPS because I know I've driven that so many times. I didn't want to go through the Bronx Expressway and all that. And somehow I redid it and it threw me that way anyways. So that was interesting because
Ugh.
that's when the fires were going on. So it was like real smoggy and
Yeah.
all that this
Yeah.
summer. Yeah.
Yes.
So that was interesting, but it was luckily there was a lot of traffic, and I usually don't like traffic, but going into a big city like that, trying to drag a 35-foot, trailer, it was kind of nice to go slower. So
Yeah, definitely.
I've driven that Bronx Expressway.
Yep.
That's yeah.
Rosie Mount says New Haven. Yep.
New Haven.
Got the
New
best
Haven,
pizza.
that's
Yes.
Pepe's is good.
I didn't care for Pepe's.
Well, that's because you're from Jersey. You don't know.
Yeah, we have better pizza. That's why. That's why.
Well, I do
right.
want to visit a little more in Connecticut and because I've been to Boston, but not the rest of Massachusetts. So that area of New England definitely.
Yeah, I mean,
a little more love.
Like I said, Connecticut's got some beautiful places. I grew up there, and I go up there a couple times a year. So it's really nice.
Let me know some of your favorite, and maybe this fall, early fall, because everything starts shutting down there after.
Oh yeah,
yes.
And I saw your live last week. We were talking about Connecticut lobster or Maine lobster. Connecticut lobster.
Yeah, all the way. All the way, yeah.
Let's see. Gonzo Book has a questions, YouTube related. When did you know you made it big on YouTube? Was the amount of subscribers?
Are you talking to me?
I think that's for you, Robert. Yeah.
Well, I got super excited when I got to 10,000. And that was way at the beginning. That was probably around 2015 sometime. But probably around when I decided that this was going somewhere, I saw it doubling pretty much every year. Probably I will had like 30. I think I quit my job when I had I was in the 30,000s more or less.
Nice.
And then within 2 years, we made it to 100,000.
Nice.
I bet it was scary though, huh?
It was scary. I emptied my 401k and let's live off this money until in order to make videos, to get content, you have to travel. So that's when I decided to make that first trip to the West, and we're lucky. Video every week religiously.
Yes,
we're lucky because of my job. I have such a big territory, so I'll go to Tennessee. Oh, sorry, our dog. I'll go to Knoxville, Chattanooga, Pigeon Forge, and I work all that area. So I'll take the RV and then I stay there, for the week. So it's nice. I go to work, but then I come home. So we have different adventures and whatever. So
you're in an area that there's a lot to see. It's like I mean, South Florida, we have the Everglades and the Keys, and maybe we can make a day trip to Orlando. But going past Orlando is kind of far for a weekend trip. So but you have Chattanooga, you have the Smoky Mountains right there where you guys are in North Georgia. So
definitely. Yeah,
I mean, where we live here in Blairsville, I mean, the Appalachian Trail is right there, Blood Mountain. When you had your video, it's literally right there, like 10 minutes up the road.
And you've got so many waterfalls and different things to see.
Yes, a lot of waterfalls.
And northern Alabama, nobody talks about northern Alabama, but there's a lot to see there too, in the Huntsville area and east of there.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Well, listen, I really appreciate you taking the time to come on, and
my
guys,
pleasure,
I hope you guys enjoyed our conversation. I'm going to put you down below for a minute, Robert, and thank you again. If you make sure you subscribe to his channel, go check him out. Check out on social media.
Go check out his videos, because guys, what I love about his videos, I will tell you, is that when he goes somewhere, he does the history, he finds out about the towns, and he gets into it. He does the voiceover. I love that. I love going to museums. I love finding out the history of all the places we go to. We need to do that more on our channel, but that's what I love about his videos, because everywhere he goes,
they're informative. You know where you're going. If you want to go there, you can just watch one of the videos and understand where you're going. So
thank you. I really enjoy doing it. I enjoy doing all the research, and I learn myself as I show it to you guys.
Yep. Well, thank you, Robert. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
I'm going to put you down below, and I will be with you the
There's an IPA down there waiting for you.
Oh, okay. Good.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed tonight's Vlogmas Day 7.
Yes.
I wanted to say today's December 7th, and if everyone remembers, this is the anniversary of Pearl Harbor. This is
Absolutely.
what started the whole thing. So
I was stationed in Pearl Harbor.
I knew a lot of World War II vets that I got to meet when I was in the Navy, and they're not around that much anymore. So thank you. Let's see, Red Jaguar. A lot of people who can't travel do it through Robert. Yes, for sure.
Definitely.
For sure.
That's what I was trying to portray. That's what I was trying to say, that his videos are very informative. And if you've been wanting to go somewhere,
he takes you there.
He does. And check out his videos, because I'm sure if there's someplace you've been wanting to check out, he's got a video on it.
Good night, Mom. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Join us tomorrow, and we have another one all the way to the 25th. So, hasta la próxima.
Until the next time, guys.